All right, let's do a Bitcoin video. I haven't been doing these very often, but I'll get back into it in the next while. So Bitcoin just made this dip down, and let's jump into the AltSeason Copilot. We can see that the AltSeason has been really terrible, and that way up in the top corner of the pie chart shows that we should be in nothing at all almost for altcoins. And all the way along the top we see the yellow jumping up and coming down, jumping up and coming down. All those yellow things there, those are sucker moves. All the suckers were trying to get a position in the altcoins during that time. And I logically know better, but emotionally I'm trying to catch those bottoms. It's time for the bottom, right? So there's a way to measure it, and it keeps coming up. But the most important thing is risk control, is to keep those position sizes small and to keep your stop just above your entry over and over and over and over as we get the crap beat out of us here. So now I want to go into Bitcoin itself here. We've got the Bollinger Bands. And what we have here is a Bollinger Band mean reversion signal on the 1 hour time frame. And I was just moving these bands out to track it. So I thought, well, I'll just do a video. Because as the 4 hour and the 1 hour pinch in this way, where the 4 hour is inside the 1 hour, this is super important. It's a reversal moment, not a crash. And as we go into the 12 hour time frame, we can see that the 12 hour, the 1 hour and the 4 hour are closely bunched together here. When they are closely bunched, it usually means that's a solid base and that price is not going to go through that. So it looks really terrible as we're coming over this 1, 2, 3 top formation. And I must say that in prior bull markets, I was famous for calling the top. That's how I got my fame in cryptocurrency. And if I go to the RSI and I go to the weekly chart and we go back a ways, so lots of times we get on the uptrend, we're crossing the 4 hour EMA, we're into partial hold status, it looks bad. Partial hold status, it looks bad. And if we zoom in on those are a Bollinger Band mean reversion buy signal as we're dipping down right there. But in prior bull runs, I was calling top formations all the way along because we came over the 1, 2, 3 top. The EMA is crossed. We broke that. We came for a dip. And then the rally began. And then we had the massive dip again and the rally began. The massive dip again and the rally began. So that we are going into a massive dip right now isn't surprising, but what we need to look at is, where is that Bollinger Band? When does it get tight? And just track it out. So our EMAs will tell us to get out and go to cash, but right now this dip and the way this is all squeezing together with these EMA bands, or the Bollinger Bands, makes me think that this is going to be a reversal from here. So if I go in closer now, then what we'll look for is that the relative strength index should be oversold on the super small time frames, and then we're going to get a 1, 2, 3 formation on the super small time frames. So if I go into the RSI and I zoom in on this on the 15-minute, 5-minute, and bring up the indicator, we can see that it did go down to pretty oversold. It can go a lot more oversold than that, actually. No? All right. So as we go back to all the dips on the 5-minute time frame, that was a pretty serious dip there. So because of the Bollinger Bands and that we are making a break of a downtrend line, a 1, 2, 3 formation, if we trade our risk properly, we could have a small position on here. If that trade proves us right, we would sneak our stop just above our entry. And you may want to wait to move your stop until after price consolidates and makes another move. Then sneak your stop up. After that, we're going to be looking to add onto our position because we're correct. We want to be larger on those correct positions. So I wanted to do a quick video on all of the price chart as it's coming down here, just because it's a chart formation that everything is pointing to. Like, we're looking at the AltSeason Copilot bringing us right down to a very narrow position. But the other thing is that if I go to the bearish look here, we do have a 1, 2, 3 top formation setting up, and our EMA would be exiting when price breaks down lower. So our EMA has not crossed over yet to an exit. Our system is supposed to give this much flexibility, so price can stab down here and then consolidate and go back up. It's supposed to give us that much room, that our stop loss would still be back a ways and we would be manually closing when that EMA crossed over, if you trade the system correctly using a spot position. So I just wanted to do this video to mark out what's happening now and to record it, stick it up there, and to say also, I want to say also that you should check out Digital Currency Traders. We have a bunch of writers here keeping things active as the price changes. And I've also been posting some new content over onto Bitcoin trading on YouTube, where I am doing research on the different recently launched tokens, and I'm putting up some short videos to explain what I've learned about those tokens. And finally, if you are a writer and you're writing about cryptocurrency, I can teach you how to turn your crypto knowledge into passive income. We've got some articles and we've got a complete course on it called the Crypto Content Lab, where we'll teach you how to turn this content into a revenue stream. Got 126 users in there, and we've also recently opened up the AltSeason Copilot and our Pro Alert signals. So if you're interested in learning how to trade from digital currency traders, from the stuff that I've been doing over the last decade, you can check that out in the links down below. Thanks for tuning in on my Bitcoin price update. We'll see how this turns out. Trade safe and keep those losses small.